Hi everyone, I'm Jerry James Stone. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious and easy sheet pan shakshuka. So if you've never had shakshuka before, it's wonderful. It's this sort of savory kind of Middle Eastern dish where it's just packed with veggies, tomatoes, and you have eggs that are baked inside of it, and it's lovely. I'm gonna show you how to make it, super easy. The thing that makes this recipe super simple is instead of actually cooking down the tomatoes to make that ragu that the eggs are baked in, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use a marinara sauce from the Jersey Tomato Company. And so by using the marinara sauce, it saves me less cooking time. Also, by doing it on the sheet pan, it makes it really super simple. It can just do it all in one pan. I don't have to saute a bunch of different things and cook a bunch of different things. It's just, throw it in the oven and you're pretty much good to go. So the first thing that you're gonna do is take a half-size sheet pan. And you're gonna add some chopped zucchini, some chopped yellow onion, and some chopped yellow pepper to that. So just spread that on the sheet pan. And then we're gonna cover that with olive oil. Be liberal with it, just put as much as you can on there, and salt and pepper it. How you think you want it to taste. You can taste it after it gets done roasting, but you're just kind of guessing at this point. The thing about salting food when you're cooking it is if you use a little bit more in the beginning, like overall, you will actually use less because salt and sort of salting your food when you're cooking it is a factor of both heat and time. So if you use a little bit more when you're initially setting up the recipe, so like for right now, we're gonna bake and roast the zucchini and the onion and the yellow pepper. By using a little bit more now, down the road, we won't have to use as much because that salt and that heat will penetrate those veggies as they're cooking. So just as a key tip, if sometimes people want to use less than initially, but you end up using it anyway because you want it to be tasty, so use more in the beginning. So we're gonna take the zucchini, the yellow pepper, and the onions. They've been coated with olive oil and salt and pepper, and just take a spatula and stir that up on the baking sheet just to make sure everything's coated. Okay, so everything's been tossed around and coated, so now we're just gonna go ahead and put that in the oven that's been preheated to 400 degrees, and we're gonna bake it for 30 minutes. So the vegetables are done roasting. How great do those look, right? Super tasty. I love roasted vegetables. So the thing about this recipe is it's super easy to customize. I'm using zucchini and yellow pepper and yellow onion, but you can definitely mix that up and use your favorite vegetables to roast. So feel free to mix it up a little bit, however you like it. So the vegetables are roasted. So now we're gonna take Jersey Tomato Company marinara sauce and we're gonna add that to the sheet pan. And we're gonna just go ahead and spread that throughout so it's evenly throughout the sheet pan. We're gonna put it back into the oven for about 10 minutes, mostly just to warm it up. If it's cold or if it's been in the pantry, you want it to be warm before you try to bake eggs in it. That's a key factor to baking eggs. So having everything sort of at the same temperature is really important. So add that marinara sauce to the sheet pan, kind of shake it about to get it evenly spread out and throw it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. When you're adding the pan with the marinara sauce to the oven, be really careful. Like make sure you hold it level and you put it in there slowly and gently because it's not gonna take much for that marinara sauce to slide to one side and spill over. And you don't want that to happen. So because you're gonna put it in there with the marinara sauce, take it back out, crack the eggs in there, put it back in there with the marinara sauce. Just be really, really careful when you're doing that. But we've warmed up the marinara sauce, so now we're gonna add in our eggs. So we're just gonna take a spoon, create 6 evenly spaced wells across the pan. And then you're gonna crack the eggs into those wells. And then carefully, once again, put that pan back into the oven, being sure to not spill the marinara sauce, and bake it for about 8 to 12 minutes, just until the eggs are set to your preference. So if you like them a little runny, less time. If you like them a little firmer, more time. Okay, so the shakshuka is now cooked, right? So I cooked the eggs about 10 minutes. That's where I like them. They're set, they're ready to eat. This is really, really wonderful with a good crusty bread. So I recommend just scooping out the egg with some of that sauce into a bowl, serving it up with like some nicely toasted bread, maybe some butter on the bread. That sauce and the egg, it's just really, really lovely on a nice crusty slice of bread. So I recommend that. Super easy to make, right? So if you like this recipe, give me a thumbs up. If there's something that you wanna see, just drop a comment below. And I release new recipes every single week. So if you like to cook like I do, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. definitely use your favorite let me try that one more time.